This series is recommended for adult viewers only. Violence, harsh language, and themes of Shadowrun can be found inside. Welcome back to another high energy introduction. This is Shadowrun 4E, Ides of March. Our first episode is out on YouTube right now, which should give you a good timeline of when this, the sixth episode, is being recorded. We have introductions in the form of our Shadow Facts. This week's Shadow Fact will be, who is your character's favorite U.S. or UCAS vice president and why? But I also want to announce that I believe we don't have a session next week. The next session that we do have, Dunamis will be determining the Shadow Fact question, which means he has until the end of this episode to think it up. Now that the pressure's on, the answer for Decay is that he's a big admirer of Vice President John Nance Garner III, the 32nd Vice President of the United States, also known as Cactus Jack. This man's a lifelong politician and a judge, and was considered to kind of be opposing to Roosevelt. Like they were in the same political party, but they definitely did not have the same beliefs. And yet he still knuckled down and did the job that the president asked him for. He is considered to be one of the most active and legislative vice presidents in history. And so the fact he's from Texas, the fact that he's a really active guy, the fact that he is very interested in justice and the law all lend Cactus Jack. Also, his name is super sick. He sounds like a pro wrestler. And this is during a time where Roosevelt's like, yes, I'm a professional boxer. See, Marquis of Queensberry rules. All right, Dunamis, I'm very interested as to what your answer is, because you told me your answer is two answers.
Yeah, so I wanted to do one vice president based on the real world and one based on the Shadowrun world, which I know very little about the Shadowrun lore. So this I found one that was pretty aligned with Cipher, but the real world one is the one true creator of the internet, Al Gore.
Yeah.
Which is just perfect because, the Matrix is where Cipher lives. Without the internet coming first, we never would have had the Matrix. So he's very thankful for Al Gore and his contribution of the internet. In the Shadowrun world, Kyle Hafner, or Hafner, maybe.
I knew that was going to be your vice president pick. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone who actually stood up to the big corpos, did the right thing for once, and look where it got him. He has a full file cabinet a digital file cabinet, we'll say, full of conspiracy theories as to what actually happened there. So that's one of his passions, is coming up with a new theory of how some corpo mysteriously got the vice president whacked with zero repercussions.
Well, waited
technically he was president.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Kyle Hefner also has had the shortest vice presidential term in the history of the United States.
Well, there you go. More facts to add that the corpos truly were at the center of this whole conspiracy theory.
You're going to need to watch a lore video about Dunkelzahn the Great Dragon.
Everyone should watch a lore video about Dunkelzahn the
President
Great Dragon.
Dragon is both mine and DK's favorite American president.
You can click it here. Or is it here?
No, it's not anywhere on your screen. All right, Sniff, aka Ludemann, favorite character, vice president, and why?
All right, favorite vice president. In the Shadowrun universe, obviously Sniff would be echoing Cipher's point of view here. He's a Hefnerite as far as that goes. But I suppose real world, I did not have long to consider this. So, and didn't brush up on all of my history, so I can't say much about overall accomplishments, but Martin Van Buren would be the real world pick from that side. He's the only
most
president
forgettable and least well-liked vice president in history. Okay.
I wouldn't say that's accurate, but he is the only eventual president who spoke English as a second language.
Okay.
Spoke Dutch.
All right. Just to be clear, this guy was good friends with Andrew Jackson, and that's all I'll say about that.
His politics weren't great. It is what it is.
Okay. Blitz, aka Savannah, what do you got for us in terms
Yeah.
of vice presidents?
So if you asked Blitz who her favorite vice president it was, she would say, "Who's the current one?" And then look it up and then say, "I guess that one."
What a classic, true American response.
Beautiful.
All right, Spoon, aka the director. I listed yours backwards. I said your real name and then your shadow name. My bad.
Cavalry's favorite vice president is Nadja Daviar,
Wow.
who
All right.
is Hal Hefner's vice president when he becomes president after the death of President Dragon.
Yeah. What a easy lob up right there. Was she the one that was Dunkelzahn's translator?
Yes, and she
Yeah.
is the current head of the Draco Foundation, or Draco Foundation.
Okay. Well, sure show now, Spoon.
All right. So we left off last time with the group planning a return to the Awakened World Research Facility. Is there anything you guys would like to do before we kind of soft end downtime and begin this self-directed Shadowrun?
Yes, I absolutely would like it established that Decay and Blitz have a Tuesday to do woodworking because
Yes.
I'm spent the karma already on instruction as a skill
Okay.
to open a second skill, I guess.
Okay.
I think that what happens is DK is handing Blitz Cipher's complicated box thing, which DK has broken down into like what parts a beginner could do. And that is what he is instructing her on is like beginner. It's not like this is how you use the tools because he is vaguely aware of how to use the saw tools. He doesn't need to use them. He's aware of their operation, but like chisel and stuff, all of that, and like sanding, he can't do that with his hands. He has to use a real sander. That's the part where he excels. And yeah, he's just like, all right, well, I have a piece that I can't sell, and I have, oh, sorry, wait, what's his accent like? I have a piece that I can't sell, and I want to make sure that a student like you, that your work is worthwhile without actually being missold for the wrong price. So we're going to work on a beginner piece like this. It's totally normal to start your first piece with such a detailed diagram and unusual construction.
Oh, this
I mean,
reminds me of when I learned how to knit.
you know how to knit?
Yeah, I actually, hold on. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls you out a pair of mittens. And she says, "I noticed you always wear gloves. I made these for you."
Can I slice the fingertips on them off?
Uh,
I don't know how knitting works.
Be my
Will it
guest, I
fall
guess.
apart if I do that?
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll wear them when it's cold, although we live in Denver, so.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Now let's
Okay.
get back to work. And
Right.
with this first level of instruction, DK is learning how to teach people without going a flanderized parody Major Payne like he did on Sniff, because he's used to teaching young knucklehead gangsters who are stupid and don't listen to instructions and just want to
Just
stunt on people.
I'm just having a flashback to watching the New Yankee Workshop with Carpenter Norm Abrams.
Oh yeah.
I don't know this reference, but okay.
It's a classic woodworking show.
Very soothing.
Mhm. It's like Bob Ross, but for woodworking.
Yes.
I believe in the guy who plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec, guest starring in the last episode of The Good Place as a woodworker and carpenter. That's the style that I believe in. That extremely specific and narrow reference that only applies to someone who watched two different pop TV shows. I don't know if you want us to make any rolls. I think that for his part of the instruction, DK is going to finish Cipher's box.
Okay.
He's going to at least have a rough outline of it ready to go. His plan is to present it to Cipher on the job and then not say that it's specifically for replacing the window because the window isn't his fault, it's Cipher's fault. But he feels bad that he has a hole in his window, and it seemed like he really wanted this thing. And he does remind him of his nephew, so he's like, well, I should probably get him a gift. That's what I did for my nephew. This seems like something he wants, right? That's how you operate with the youth. It's really easy to get them to tell you what they want, like Fortnite bucks or whatever.
Some V-Bucks.
Some Funko Pops. That's what the kids like, right? Bluey.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Bandit plushie, here we come.
That's it. That's all I have.
Is there anything else that the rest of you would like to do in this downtime period?
I mean, Cipher would get that window fixed with wrench. I don't know if that needs to be a scene, but
Okay.
and he'd pay for it out of pocket.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That is easily done with your mechanic contact.
I think the only discussion they really have is every time they meet, they start arguing what's better racing in VR, which is Cipher's point of view, or Wrench is a Formula One type driver of the future that's now just a mechanic. And they always argue what gives you the bigger thrill or the bigger rush, real life or VR. So that's what they're debating as he replaces the window.
I think Blitz finishes all of the hats and scarves and mittens she was knitting for all the kids in her neighborhood.
Okay. So you finish them out and start handing them out.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing so, your elderly neighbor, Miss Clemens, waves to you.
I'll go right on over.
It says, "Oh, that's very nice of you, young lady, to make all those things for the neighborhood kids."
Thank you. I've knitted these in Continental. I've moved on from English. I'm feeling pretty proud of myself.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
When the spring gets here, you'll have to come over and work on some of my gardening projects.
Of course, I would love to.
Okay, very good. Okay, run along now.
Okay.
And she waves goodbye to you as she like goes back inside and pours herself like a big mug of steaming hot tea.
Miss Clemens, my beloved.
Anything else from anybody?
I got nothing.
Okay. So it is January 4th when all of this downtime activity wraps up. And are you guys going to get together to plan your job, or are you just going to meet up and drive out there?
My plan was actually to meet up and drive out there. I specifically said that last
It's
episode.
true.
Yeah.
I do think Cipher would be now that he has Blitz's number, he'd probably be sending a text increasingly more with more frequency as we get closer to the departure day. Does Decay know? Does he know I'm coming? Does he know I'm coming? Did you tell him yet? Should I tell him? What's his number? Just as we get closer, more and more texts start piling up.
I feel like she probably answers only like one or two of them and says, I don't know. He asked me to get the hacker. Is he not supposed to know?
I think all you see in response is like typing a response, delete, typing another response, delete, and eventually he says nothing.
No.
She's just like, this is not a good sign.
I do want to say, Spoon, that the first Tuesday in January of 2077 is on the 5th. canonically, this mission takes place after that.
Okay. How do you know it's 2076, by the way, though?
Oh, well, all right. I'm gonna go get my
Brilliant.
2076 calendar. What do you mean, how do I know? You type calendar 2076 into a frickin' Google and it'll bring up a calendar for
I'd rather you just
2076.
know.
Now I have to randomly Google what
Okay, well
happens
now
every
it's
Tuesday
the
at the start of
7th,
every year.
so you've
Yeah.
you've extended it out even more, but
All
that
right.
we should be in the correct year. I agree. 2076,
That's fine. Yeah.
January 7th.
So, did
January.
I say it was Tuesday, January 4th? Or did I say it was January
You
4th?
said it was January 4th,
Yeah.
but the
Which
earliest
is
it could possibly be is January 8th on a Wednesday. Because Blitz and I canonically met up beforehand.
met up on a Tuesday. Okay, I got you. I
Amen.
understand now. I
I
hear you.
very clearly said
Yes.
before the mission that
Okay.
I just
That's
want to
fair.
make sure.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Also, the
You're-
more time
hey.
that passes, the more money I get from my day job perks. So
So
I
we just-
don't think
why
day
we
job
just-
is a perk. It's a negative quality, man.
Yeah.
that gives me $1,000 for 1 week. So
So why even go shadow running? Let's just do the day jobs.
no, because it's not enough to make rent.
Too funny.
All right. So Wednesday, January 8th is the date. So you guys tell me, are you going out there at night? Are you like what's the plan?
Yeah,
Blitz would
let's
probably
get-
ask Decay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, but Blitz, you get a group text, Blitz and Sniff, saying,
Oh.
"Do we
What time?
do we need my van again?"
Now, DK and Blitz's plan was for DK to receive a motorcycle helmet from Blitz and to ride in with her. So what Cipher and Sniff do is none of DK's business.
Mm.
Interesting.
Did Blitz tell Sniff to meet her there or to meet somewhere?
I feel like she'd probably tell you guys to meet there,
Okay.
since
Yeah,
she has
then-
big plans for Decay to, hold their waist while she drives the motorcycle.
Okay. Sniff has Cipher pick him up a couple blocks from the Midnight Nose office.
Do you live in this alley? Why here? This is weird. I say this while I'm just looking at my comm, playing a game. The door opens, the car's on autopilot.
Sniff chuckles and just says it. Sometimes it feels that way.
Oh, okay. Off we go.
Unbelievable.
The car takes off.
Are you in the coffin?
I think, because it's just you and him, he's kind of there's no threats. I'm safe. He's just in the passenger seat while the car is driving.
The contrast and attentiveness between Cipher and Luigi Bowser is truly something to behold.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Just so that the audience is aware, Luigi Bowser was like a hyper paranoid drone operator who was like, all right, this car needs to be going exactly the speed limit. I've sent a scout drone ahead to check for traffic.
And they have a
we're
tailing
being
drone
chased.
behind us.
We have to go full speed right now. Oh, there's ghouls up ahead. We're taking a side street.
This sounds pretty spot on.
Someone's shooting something. Deploy the three
The dope,
gun
yeah.
dogs with medium machine guns to just start spraying everything down. I feel like Cipher, the first time he has to deploy something when he's under attack, he's just going to be like, hold on, wait, there's no pause function on this game.
How do I pause real life?
I'm in an online lobby.
Wow, incredible.
This is why I only do private rooms.
My question to you, Spoon, is
Mhm.
I think DK's sheet does a very good job of indicating that he has a good idea of criminal activities, gangster shit, and shadow running. So you tell me whether operating in the Barrens, whether local law enforcement, which I assume would be gangs and people who just would be maybe we should rob those people, whether they would be more afraid of seeing us during the day or during the night. You know,
Why
is
don't
it one of
you?
those things where you don't start shit during the day and thus it's safer to operate during the day? Or is it one of those things where at the nighttime, you know, everybody who's doing business in the Barrens is doing business and you don't want to interrupt that?
Hmm.
Um,
You tell me, Spoon, when's the best time to operate?
well, why don't you give me like a gang's knowledge skill roll?
No. What about a shadow community role? How about that?
I'll take it. The threshold will be different though.
Knowledge Denver?
Um, yeah, I'd take a knowledge Denver roll.
Art?
No, I'm not gonna take
No.
art for this one.
I was really trying to see what I could stretch out on that. How about 3 successes on
Three
6 dice?
All
success.
right.
Okay. So you know that kind of no matter what, um, if you are in gang territory, and like, you know, they're gonna come like they're at least gonna give you like a visual pat down, right? They're gonna be like, hey, what are these guys doing here? What's like what are these what are they carrying? What are they dressed like? What are they doing here so that we can either like shake them down or like leave them alone if they seem dangerous or too dangerous. Like they're trying to get everything they can out of whoever passes through their territory.
Okay. So I don't think wearing armor is illegal.
So yeah, basically anything less than an armored jacket is basically fine. Pretty much anywhere. Armored jackets like downtown, you're gonna get some odd looks, and a police officer will probably come talk to you. In the Barrens, though, anything goes basically.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to put my murder suit into my duffel, and then we'll have to stop and equip it before we get there because my new plan is that we show up fully kitted out when we roll out of the car. So and the motorcycle so that when people are like, "Huh, should we check that out?" and then see a bunch of fucking mercenaries carrying huge assault rifles and obvious magical shit and go, "Nope, this isn't worth it. That's not somebody we want to rob."
Yeah,
That's my
yeah, that
plan is to
is
use intimidation. So yeah, he's the scene we get for Decay's suit up is him lowering his Call of Duty skull mask into the duffel bag and zipping it up, knowing that he's gonna show up in the Barrens and be like, "That's right, it's me, motherfucker."
that is definitely one way to get yourself a pass through some territory.
Yeah,
Is to just seem really scary.
I mean, he may not be good at intimidation, but he does often attempt to use it, fail, and then kill his way out of the situation.
For sure.
He would
Okay.
prefer people just left him alone, you know?
By the end, they feel intimidated.
Yeah, well, that's
Among other
questionable.
things, the team meets up somewhere outside and on the edges of the Aurora Barrens.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys pull into the abandoned parking lot of a taco temple. Uh, Cipher and Sniff in the van, and Blitz and Decay on the bike. It's kind of a cracked pavement, weeds growing up out of the edges of this kind of derelict building. And you guys swap into your combat gear and then prepare to proceed.
Does this van have like the doors on the back, like the double doors that open up?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Was just checking. That's for sure how we're getting out, like not the side doors.
Going all the way back through the van.
Well, we got to get dressed. You don't want to get. AP said we had to get out in full gear, right?
What?
We're gonna have Sniff do rolling tactical deployment. He's gonna foot bars and then the
No, no.
handlebars on the outside with his gun at the ready, his signature Warhawk, so that he can leap off the SUV as soon as it's done moving, Black Hawk Down style.
Yeah, the van's still moving. He jumps off. The coat billows out behind him, Batman style. As he
Oh
dives.
yes, I see.
Exactly,
You've read
exactly.
Mistboards, so you
Yeah.
know what that's like.
Billowing. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have your mist cloak so that you can do your mist jumps in the mist.
I think as we get close, Cipher probably goes into his little cocoon thing while he's doing. He's like, Sniff, do you know what we're doing here? Haven't we been here? What is the mission? As he's like zippering, I imagine. I don't know what it is.
This is the first time you're asking questions.
Well,
When we get here,
well, I don't know. I punched in the address. I didn't recognize it. And who's the fixer? I guess it doesn't matter.
yeah,
And I'll start
earlier next time.
I'll just start looking for a signal to connect to if there is one.
You are right on the edge of the Aurora Barrens, so signal, you still have signal, but you know from experience that as soon as you like go further into the Barrens, it's going to get fairly spotty.
I unzip the cocoon and get back into the driver's seat in case we have to drive somewhere.
Cool. We're at this taco temple, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Decay like leaves his helmet like partially up like a welder so that you can see his face and can hear him clearly talking without any, muffling. He is wearing a set of knitted mittens over top of his regular combat gear. It's cold the January 8th in Denver.
Yeah. There's probably snow on the ground.
Very cozy.
So, yeah, he sees that Cipher's inside of the vehicle, and then he just knocks on the outside of the vehicle, and he turns back towards Blitz, and he's just like, you got Sniff and Cipher. When I asked for a combat mage and a street hacker, you got Sniff and Cipher.
Well, in my defense, Sniff is the only magic person I know that isn't you. And I tried 2 other hackers.
All right. Well, I guess it's fate.
My window went down a little, and then as you said, I tried 2 others. The window goes right back up.
I do the handle on the door to just open the door.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I reach into the duffel bag and I toss you the modem.
Oh, where'd you get this?
You dropped your diagram at my stall. Blitz helped work on it. It's a journeyman's piece, so there's no value attached to it. I can't sell it for money. You know my extremely strict procedures. All pieces, 4,000 new yen in cash. No credit, no negotiation, no haggling. As I can't sell this piece that Blitz worked on, I may as well make sure it ends up in the hands of someone who can use it.
So,
now get out of the fucking car. We're bivouacking here, and we're going to have a discussion about what we're doing.
So do I owe you 4,000? Oh,
no,
okay.
I can't sell this for money. It's a journeyman's piece.
My work is currently worthless, so.
Oh. Cipher locks that away and is like,
he turns toward Blitz and he goes, "Don't ever say that. Your work is worth the value that you believe you can put into it and get another person to pay for it. But that's a journeyman's piece. It's literally the first thing you worked on."
Got it.
I think Cipher's
and gets out of the car and says, "I need a coffee."
I strap it on my, assuming there are straps on it. There are, I don't know. It's not wood, but there are straps. I strap it on my wrist and put one of the comm links. Yeah, one of the comm links on. I connect the tros and I do the whole 9 yards of making it seem like it's really working. Like that's what I'm using.
This is a functional taco temple, by the way. So if you wanted to order a coffee, they probably have some.
Yeah, he's going to get some. Yeah.
I assume that you don't just order by size, you order by temperature, like boiling over or like simmering or just geothermal vent if you want it like lukewarm.
He's gonna need the magma.
All right, DK's super pissed that Sniff walked past him when he's like, "It's time to do the briefing," and Sniff's just like, "I need coffee."
So like the terminal you like, so there's nobody actually working here. This is just, it's all automated. So you walk over to this thing and you order a coffee and it spits out a little styrofoam cup and then sends down a jet of scalding hot soy calf into it. It's not the worst thing you've ever had, but it definitely ain't the best.
So it's like 8 new yen for a small cup of coffee in 2076,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes, for
Prepared
sure.
by an AI worker robot with no labor cost.
Yeah, and who knows when the last time that nozzle that's shooting out the coffee has been cleaned.
Sniff can't help it. He needs his hit of stimulant there. He can't. He's got to stay awake somehow. He wanders back.
I think
Okay.
Cipher takes a
Conversation's over.
chair out of the back of his van, sets it up, and sits in it, waiting for the conversation to start. He's trying so hard to be attentive and not get distracted in front of DK.
Now, the four of us are the only ones that know about the AWR research facility and the secret door. It's possible that there's nothing back there and we've completely wasted our time. That's possible. There's no fixer on this job. 100% of the profit is split between us 4 ways. We're the only ones that know about this. We're the only ones that have been there in some time. We go down, we search for pay data, any salvage that we can stuff into the van, we take back with us, equipment that we can fence, any shit like that. No muss, no fuss, absolute maximum violence. If anything approaches us at any point on this job, we just bury them and we leave them in the bottom of the AWR facility. Relock the door on the way out.
I think you started to see like a bunch of thumbs up emojis in the AR display coming up for you guys. And then when you said ultimate violence, like they just stopped. there's just like no communication coming from Cipher after that.
So DK watches because his helmet is up, his goggles are not on, so he doesn't have any AR capability. But he does watch Cipher like stop texting, and he turns to Cipher and goes, "Questions, comments, concerns from anyone, not just Cipher."
Wasn't anybody there last time. It shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
So I guess just to be clear, if we could sneak in and sneak out, we are choosing not to sneak.
No, we absolutely should be sneaking. I anticipate there'll be no one in the spooky, locked, completely unattended research facility. But if there are, we're not going to waste time by negotiating with anybody. We will simply kill them so that they can't identify us. However, that's just me saying it. There's 4 people here on the job. I'm not the team leader. If you guys have a different opinion on this, now's the time to sort this out because I don't want to have a fucking argument in the middle of an AWR haunted ghost research facility about whether or not we should be negotiating with somebody at gunpoint. If you have a problem with it, Cipher, now's the time to bring it up.
I will just do my best to make sure that we are not identified in any way, shape, or form, and our footprint has been removed.
Great. When we get there, if you're staying out in the car, that means you not only need to cover our tracks digitally, you also need to keep track of anyone approaching your vehicle to make sure that you don't get robbed because we're still in the Barrens.
And that's when you see Bug pop out. My little drone.
Just make sure to be paying attention on the job. If you get shot in the fucking head because you're playing Mario Kart 8, Coconut Mall again, I'm not going to be able to kick your ass because you'll already be dead. Blitz, Sniff?
No
any
disagreement.
Thoughts, concerns, additions, subtractions to the plan?
We're not in a part of town where there's a whole lot of questions and answers that get thrown around in the situation you're talking about. Violence is the most likely outcome.
Great. Sometimes people balk at that option.
That's why I stay in the van, Sniff.
All right.
Better that way.
DK puts his combat helmet on, turns to Blitz and says, It's fully rated to work as a motorcycle helmet, so I'm still following all provisions of the city of Denver.
That's good to know. I'm let's go.
Just because we make our fortunes breaking certain laws doesn't mean I'm some sort of law-breaking monster. I'm not a criminal.
You may be the most interesting person I've ever met.
I mean, just to be
Dos
clear,
Equis.
you went into his workshop, his woodworking shop, so you know that he has a giant poster of the cavalry there. So
That's true.
his rookie year, the
He
cavalry,
does.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so he
it's a
says,
much younger
That's
version.
fantastic.
I mentioned it in the first episode.
I didn't remember.
And so, yeah, he says, the most interesting person in the world is the cavalry, the best urban brawl player ever. They only got 1 year. I'm telling you, I saw him in his first games when they put him down in what passes for the Middle East. He killed so many people so quickly.
I could probably get a signature for you. I have some
Oh, I don't buy
autograph
secondhand
stuff.
used crap off of Etsy. I only like genuine stuff from the real article.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the number of people that sell fake baseballs on like Etsy and stuff or eBay. Yeah, he's just like, I really appreciate that. And hey, it's good that we've had a bonding social moment here.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I'm glad.
Your tone is unusual.
I'm just thinking about things.
You know, you could be thinking about, he says as he gets on the motorcycle, that time cavalry went 7-0-1, kill death assists on the fields of Fallujah.
I feel like that's probably the whole ride. Is you're just
Is DK talking
telling
about, yeah,
The
talking about
cavalry.
matches?
I love that you aren't telling him that you know the cavalry. He's assuming that you're like, I could get you a signature or something. And he's like, no, I don't, I don't need like a poster off of Etsy or anything. I'm good. No.
I'm looking for the funniest opportunity to tell you.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
I succeeded on my roll, but I don't know that you ever told me the answer to that.
Basically it doesn't matter whether it's daytime or nighttime. If they see you, well, so if they see you, they're going to either go, we need to go check these people out, or
Okay.
these people are too dangerous. It's easier to not be seen at nighttime, but that doesn't
I have
necessarily
to
mean.
assume that we're going in the morning then, because Sniff is
Okay.
drinking coffee. I assume he doesn't tiredly drink coffee at like 11
No,
o'clock at night.
Yes, he does.
He definitely
Wow, okay.
does.
Do you not
100%
understand?
does.
I think we
It's
should
2 in the
go.
morning.
No, have you not?
I think we should go during the daytime just so that we have a cool squad meetup moment without needing extra like special night lighting for the
Sure.
director when this gets turned into a live action series.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All three of us walking in a line, and then the background just a blurry car with Cipher seated in his cocoon.
Definitely getting a mod so that the cocoon can lay down prone.
There you go.
So the Barrens is not any less welcoming in the daytime. You do see a great deal of like barrel fires and like homeless folks out here. Um, the unhoused population here is pretty significant, and I mean, there are ruined buildings and things that people squat in, and then there are some intact parts of town. You know that those are typically gang controlled, though. But you've been to where you're going before, so no roll is necessary or anything to get there. You pull up in the street outside of the rundown, abandoned AWR facility with that tall, semicircular glass atrium with all of the windows broken out, with the large block letters AWR. Looks abandoned so far.
I look for any. Well, I'm actually driving, so I'll wait till I park. Then I would look
Sure.
for an actual, if there's any local signal.
Yeah. You get like a very shoddy connection to the public grid. You'll take like a 4 noise penalty out here.
So there's nothing local coming from the AWR itself.
Not that you can sense from the street.
Okay.
Anybody else? What are you guys doing?
I'll throw a detect life up at
Okay.
this point.
Sure.
We'll do a force 5 on that one. I'm back at full rest. Hopefully that doesn't bite me. 2 drain.
2 drain and 4 success. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta look at detect life again.
Resisted.
Very nice.
I do want to fill in this gap to mention that I looked up the rules for ripping people's souls out of their body, and I actually do need the astral combat skill. So
Aha.
I will have
Get
to go
wrecked.
get that at some point. I mean, even if I only have 1 dice in astral combat, I'm pretty sure that I'll be very good at beating your ass in
I
hand-to-hand
mean, it's
combat.
plausible, but I do have some astral combat.
I agree, but you probably don't have all the other hype shit I have where I'm
Do
going
not.
to be
No,
boxing
it's
you in
very
astral
likely.
combat.
That I get ripped up.
I'm going to throw hands, and those are magic hands. I just need 5 million karma.
At least these ones are attached to your body, though. Like, you can't remotely throw those hands.
I could rip people's hands off and throw them.
That would be handy.
Sometimes people tell me I'm standing on business. They don't realize that it's because I burned the taco temple down, and now I'm standing in the ruins.
Okay. That's what I needed.
Stop
So
hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Force 5.
Yeah.
Is this the extended version?
This is not, and I can never remember what the range on this is and how it works.
So
Force times magic. Okay.
yeah, so yeah, it is.
So I have 5 magic, so it's 5 hit 5.
Okay. So you have a what is that? 25-meter bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So that covers like from where you're standing by the van, that covers like part of the street behind you, and then all the way up into that like busted out like atrium area, like the foyer entrance of the building. You're getting a few small animal life forms, but nothing like metahuman sized or larger.
Front is clear. It's the best I got right now. We'll have to get closer.
Okay, let's go then.
Well, Cipher, is the building still connected to the power grid? Or does it have a generator inside? Is it AC and heat on?
I'm not getting any signal, so I can't connect to it.
You have a drone?
I do have a drone.
Does it have thermographic vision?
Well, yes, but so does the van, and the van also has. I was gonna Spoon. How does ultra wide radar band work? Because I think that's one that can penetrate walls a little bit, but not a lot of it, right?
Yeah. So you would you basically, when you ping the area, you would get like returns, and you could go through like thin walls. But
Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you don't get much off of like the building other than what you can see from like where the radar would go through like broken windows and stuff like that.
So I think to figure out what Cypher's next step would be, he would drive the van in a circle around the building using ultra wide radar band, but also getting a little bit closer to see if he gets any signal. So he's trying to build a map of what he can see and then seeing if there is a signal. If there's absolutely no signal, I didn't look into how to use the repeater shit, so Cipher would be joining you guys on foot.
So go ahead and give me a matrix perception test.
If this is for the is this for the van or for Cipher? Because I don't know.
This is for cyber specifically.
5 successes. So that's my perception, and I need to dodge one, not dodge. What's it called?
Soak.
Fade.
Resist one fade.
Yes.
Okay. So you are not getting any sort of signal, matrix signal that you can sense from this building. Since you are submerged now, though, you do feel like as you're like looking in the matrix, you do feel like a slight like tug pulling you in towards the building.
And this is how Cipher will die. Okay, let's do it. I think without explaining anything to you guys, once the van stops, he hops out and he sees like you guys, like for whatever reason, I'm picturing like David Ortiz at the plate, like doing all your shit, getting your gear finally ready and shit. And all you see Cipher do is just go with his vest, and that's it. And he checks to make sure his taser is loaded.
He's the embedded reporter.
I also, if there's a broken window, actually, I'd send Bug out my drone and be like, "Hey, go check it out."
But yeah, like basically any window that's and actually all of the windows that you can see are busted out. So you have the huge like semicircular atrium window, and then you have like windows all around the building that are all broken.
I would, 100% send. Let's go through the atrium. Seems like the biggest space. Try to send Bug in, and just have him. He's in. Oh goodness, I'm sending him commands, but I'm not controlling him. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So you're piloting him through like through your comm link, not like.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of drone is he?
He is a MCT fly spy. I do have him filled out in my vehicle tab, if that helps. I spent a lot of yen on him, so he's pretty decent.
He's pretty good. Okay. So go ahead and have him give me a like a sensors perception test as you fly him in through this atrium. 1 success. Okay. So you fly in through this atrium and you're like watching on the screen on your comm link. It seems to be abandoned. There's a large central desk. Seems to be faux wood, kind of cracked in some places. And then like as you fly him around this atrium, you see hallways with offices down them, and then you find the stairs down that you found here before. The building does seem to be abandoned, though.
Are there any signs of power or like a terminal or anything?
So any sort of electronics, like you see a spot, two spots in the front desk where there were terminals, they have been ripped out. Any sort of lights or wiring or anything, like this is basically like a husk of a building.
You're telling me they pulled the copper out of the walls?
I'm telling you, they pulled the copper out of the walls.
They pulled the platinum out of the carburetor?
That's right.
I think I'll keep Bug deployed, but leave the building and float above it, just like keeping general surveillance. Okay. Then I just relayed to the group, it seems completely abandoned. I got nothing. No signs of anything. Seems totally empty.
Okay. Decay is going to actively emit his ultrasonic waves then, if he doesn't have to worry about accidentally triggering motion sensors.
Sure. So you get the return on your
Right. I'm not worried about it up here. I'm worried about it
Yes.
down.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't need to
So you
paint a
are
picture for me up here. I already
understood.
know what it looks like because I did it before.
You are telling me that you
Yeah.
have this on
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
Get to that foyer.
Okay.
He does the
Uh,
hand thing though. Like he takes off the first glove and then he takes off his combat glove. He puts his hand out and then he's like, ah, shit. And he puts his gloves back on, but he does it in the wrong order with the mitten first. And then he has to take it off and then put the combat glove back on and then the mitten over top of it.
Sniff
I
walks
feel like
past,
Blitz is. Oh,
pats
go
him on the
ahead.
shoulder. No, up to you.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Blitz is probably like, "Are you okay?
I just have a
Like, are you
thing.
good?"
Yeah, I'm good.
Sniff. Jesus. Cipher just cocks his head and is like, what's he doing?
Don't worry about it. DK's gonna turn to look at Sniff though when Cipher says when he says Sniff, and I'm gonna look at Sniff and see if he says anything.
Sniff is walking towards that foyer, like that front door, and pats DK on the shoulder as he walks by. You'll figure him out.
You'll figure him out.
He assumes he doesn't get the mittens, right?
What the fuck?
I think
DK
Cipher's
says as he just like grabs his gun, puts it in his left hand, and starts walking down into the facility.
unsure who he thinks he should stay closest to be safe. Because he's like, DK kind of yelled at him a lot. He doesn't know Blitz that well. And while Sniff is nice and friendly, he's 1 for 1 on that 1 shot, 1 kill, actually. Yeah, I think he'd stick with Sniff.
okay. So you all head in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
A map. He's giving
yes,
us a map, audience.
this is kind of the area you're looking at here.
There's so much glass. That's really annoying.
Yeah. So I'll say these sections.
Glass is annoying, but so is no signal. my what do you call it? My weakness.
All right. So you guys walk in, ignore the Gigacorp logo. It's Awakened World Research. But you see the large rundown desk in the foyer entranceway. And then this is basically kind of the layout that you got from your run through with your drone and whatever you want to call your hearing, your daredevil senses. This room over here is the stairs down.
Can we call your sensing jazz hands?
No.
Any change in the detect life as we enter?
It is still picking up just a handful of animals here and there, and nothing of metahuman size.
Would I say this covers the building now, roughly, or
So let's see.
what are we?
Yeah, you have like a
Decent chunk. All right, he'll keep it up for now.
Good sized bubble.
like you'll most likely be able to hit like rooms before you go into them.
Mhm.
And I don't know how much it goes through like the ground. I'm saying none at all because that's typically a pretty solid barrier against magic is natural stuff is a pretty usually stops things from going through. So like you have a 25-meter radius around you on this floor. So and on this floor you detect no life other than yourselves and some like small tiny little animals like rats or cockroaches or
It's pretty easy to detect that DK has no life either. Got him. Got him!
Who wants point?
I mean, DK just keeps walking. He's already
Yeah, I
been
feel
here,
like-
so yeah.
Blitz is just headed right for the basement.
Yep.
Cipher bringing up the rear.
Yep.
So as you push open the stairwell doors, Sniff your detect life pings. There are 6 metahuman life forms down in the basement. Um, in the small area at the base of the stairs, there are 6 life forms. Double check what information you need.
He's gonna be like, it's 6 ghouls.
This
Know
hand
your
steps
hand.
out and like touches like Blitz and DK's back, and then holds up 6. He doesn't know how well they can hear anyway, so he's gonna be slightly quiet. Holds up 6 and points down the stairs.
Well, we all have subvocal transmitters now, right?
Oh, we
Except for
do. Okay,
DK.
yeah.
I don't know if
I don't know if that's true. Yeah,
did I put it on my street.
I
I don't
have
know if I
one.
do.
Yeah, I forgot about it, but
Okay, so you got
I'll say
a
it out loud.
significant.
There's
Okay, so you
6.
got 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically full info if I remember correctly. It's like
Yeah. So okay, so you detect 6 ghouls at the base of the stairwell. 4 of them are sleeping.
oh, okay, yeah. Sniff reports that via the subvocal, um, and also instinctively takes a step back.
I'm gonna gesture to Blitz to see if she has any grenades. It definitely
It
feels
would
like
be nice to have some grenades right about now.
Spoon. Yes, it would.
Can I get everybody to make me an infiltration roll?
An infiltration roll. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
the one skill that DK actually has.
What is that?
Ooh, I got
Under.
1 hit. Is that
It'd
intuition?
be no, it should be agility.
Okay, well then I actually have a bunch more dice.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say
boy.
you should actually be pretty good at this.
I need 4 more dice.
Okay, if I don't have the infiltration skill, I'm just rolling agility then.
Yeah, agility -1.
Ooh, I still only have 1 success.
What if my agility is 1?
Then you roll 1 dice.
Don't roll the
Well,
one.
actually, because it's -1, I think you would you automatically fail.
Nice. Whatever it is we're doing, I'm not doing
Damn.
it. Holy
Ooh,
shit.
about 7 from me.
Damn. Can I borrow one? Starting to think I should head back to the van. Especially if they're ghouls who have nothing to do with like the Matrix. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
We could shoot them, Cipher. You brought a gun, didn't you?
You can see like he's holding he lifts what do you call the underarm like gun holsters. He has a gun there, but you can tell he doesn't want to say much about it. But you're noticing there's no like the bullets don't look like normal bullets.
You got like stick and shock in there.
So
Gel.
the door closes loudly behind you. And everybody go ahead and make me an audio perception check.
Oh no.
Is it a +3 with my earbuds?
Yes.
Oh, I get +3 as well then.
Dang.
Oh wait, what do you get the plus for? Is it like by rating or something on there?
Yes. So it would be the rating of your
Enhancement.
enhancement.
So
Damn.
Yeah. Blitz was not
You
paying
did- yeah, I was-
attention.
okay, I have 4 total then.
Okay.
I 3 ones on 5 dice, so I believe I critically fail.
Yes, that is a crit glitch.
Ooh.
You start bleeding. Blown eardrum.
So you all, well, at least let's see, Cipher and Sniff, you hear
The not important too.
the scrabbling of unshoed feet down at the bottom of this staircase. It's not a very big staircase. It's only about 3 flights of stairs down. And you hear like low guttural growling, and then you can all hear what sounds like a series of creatures running 4-legged up the stairs towards you.
Oh.
This is scary.
No
They're
time
coming.
to plan now.
They're coming. I immediately go to the door and try to open it behind us.
So you go to grab the door.
I also did say they're coming. They're coming. Like
Yes.
I said that too.
So you like it's got a push bar. You push it and it's locked.
I mean, half this place is glass exterior walls that are broken. Getting out is not going to be the problem, right?
Hey, Cipher is panicking like crazy.
Yeah.
I think
So, like,
Decay is going to stand up and not stand up. He's going to move to the top of the stairwell to keep them from getting past him.
Okay.
And he's going to try to 300 them right here. Just hold them at the narrow stairwell so they can't pour out and surround us. With the hopes that his team will shoot around him and not kill him.
I'll drop detect life at this point and go for improved reflexes, since that seems more beneficial.
Killing hands here, by the way. Just gonna killing hands as I walk up.
Blitz is gonna turn on California Girls and share that playlist with Kav, so he knows she's listening.
Okay.
Does he just have like a panic attack every time he gets a shared playlist because he knows she's in combat?
Now, to be clear, you mean the California Girls by the Beach Boys, not by Katy Perry.
Yeah, it's by the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
And then she drops the helm of her helmet, raises her gun.
Okay.
Prepares to hold the line.
Now, in the live action version of this show, the actors will get a 30-second stitch of all of our actors doing the California Girls Katy Perry like twerk. You know what I mean? But they're going to be doing it in their full costume combat armor sort of deal.
Just holding his hat. I'll pick. Okay. Should I cast my reflexes now, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know if any should wait for initiative or.
No, I'm okay with that being like a prep.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Oh, gotta resist that drain though.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drain, but that's a good improved reflexes.
All right. Take that. 1 point of drain.
What was your force on that?
Did I force 4?
Force 4. Okay, very nice.
Yeah, I think that gives me the full ride. If I understand how this works, because you have to hit at least 2 for it to do anything.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that that bumps you up to your full
Yeah, so I get 4.
4 passes.
All right.
Let's go ahead and let me get the initiative tracker out. Let's go ahead and roll some initiatives. Okay. Everybody ready?
Let's do it.
Yep.
So Decay standing at the top of the stairs. You see these 2 humanoid creatures come scrabbling up the stairs, kind of scratching the ground with their claws on their feet and hands as they run on all 4s towards you. They're wearing like rags of clothes, old like ratty but human garments, just that haven't been upkept in a while. Their skin is scabrous. You see like several spots where it's like kind of weeping, maybe not blood, but maybe like pus or something like that, where it's just kind of grayed over and open wounds. Their eyes are a milky white, and they have lost all of their hair. And they're currently at the bottom of the first flight of stairs down from you. So Turn 1, pass 1, Cipher.
Based on my attempt at trying to open the door before, can I tell it's like physically blocked, or does it seem like it's like someone locked it?
It seemed somehow it got locked behind you.
I will use my one and only pass to attempt to unlock said door.
Okay.
I guess I'd like to do that using, I guess, AR to see if there's a way to hack it through AR, I suppose. If it's a physical lock, I guess I don't think I can do that, but...
Do you have an
Okay.
auto picker?
No.
Shame.
So go ahead and give me a perception check. 3. Okay.
I will take
So
that.
this does seem to be physically locked. It's like this is like a emergency door kind of deal where it's that single metal bar across it that has the push in, and there's like a small like access port to the lock that has been somehow jammed, closed, and the lock has engaged. So it is not a
Nothing electronic.
it's not a matrix. It's not a matrix lock. It's like a it might have engaged via the matrix at one point, but this is just like some happenstance
We tripped
has
something.
caused this to lock.
Okay.
Like maybe say a critical glitch.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have any way of trying to pick that. I think we're gonna have to like beat the door down. So, I mean, assuming that was my action, I think that's it.
More
you-
panicked
Yeah,
smashing on the door.
It's not opening. Voice goes up a few octaves.
Turn 1, pass 1, Blitz. You see these 2 ghouls at the bottom of the stairs preparing to charge Decay.
Okay. I'm gonna fire at him.
Okay.
So 5 fire 10. Could I do 5 each?
Yes, because you'll have to split your pool, but they're within 5, or they're within, they're close enough to each other that you could attack both of them with 1 full auto burst. Yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if that would be like a wide spray then, or what.
No, you still determine the spread, but it doesn't apply the full burst to each of them. It splits it splits it in half.
Is that -7?
Yeah, because you're essentially splitting the pool.
There you go.
And that is a glitch on the second.
Great. I'm gonna spend edge.
To negate it. Or to reroll.
To reroll.
Okay, so roll 4 dice then.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
then you
much
get an
better.
additional 2 successes, and it negates the glitch. Okay. So the first one will hit. So they both hit with net 1 success. And you did narrow burst for extra damage. Okay. So that will be 8, 12 DV on the first one. Okay. So you open up with a full auto burst of the shotgun. Does everyone have dampers on their hearing?
I feel like that was one of the things you said. This would be a good idea for you to do.
I do not.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So there's a cacophonously loud series of bangs as Blitz opens up with Pearl, her fully automatic shotgun, and staggers both of these ghouls who, like, large spurts of like black blood shoot out the back of them, but they are not yet dead. They're still clawing their way up the stairs towards Decay. Turn 1, pass 1, Decay.
They're not up here yet, right? They're at the
They're
bottom.
not in melee with you yet. Yeah, they're like,
Okay.
we'll call it like 4 meters away.
Sure. He is going to activate Elemental Strike Sonic as his action, and that's all he can do because it's a simple action, which means he couldn't also attack or something.
Turn 1 past 1, Sniff.
Okay. I am gonna shoot
Okay.
at the closest one of these guys.
So that would be
Don't-
Abby.
All right. And yeah. All right. I don't think there's anything extra special I can do about this. So just take a shot.
So yeah, you got
there we go.
3 success.
2 for 2.
Abby will attempt to dodge at a -1. Okay, so that will you have 2 net hits.
Okay. -2 AP if that matters.
It will. Let me.
And 6 physical or P.
So that's a total of 8 then, because. Okay, so you shoot another extremely loud blast in this small confined space, and you see your bullet hits the ghoul in the lead, and she spins and goes down.
2 for 2.
You'll have to reload.
Yeah, and the other 4 are going to wake up.
Yeah,
I know.
it's about to get dangerous.
The last remaining ghoul sprints up the stairs and engages Decay in hand-to-hand combat. Go ahead and give me a... Oh, well, hang on. I need to see if I hit first. I have 1 hit, so go ahead and give me a defense roll.
Forget about it, dude. Forget about it.
Yeah, so he like comes like swinging wildly with claws, and you're just like you're not even blocking him. You're just doing the
I mean, Mike Tyson also used the Dempsey rule. So yeah, I just straight up just dodge all the hits.
He is dead. Poor Abby.
Can
So
you stop giving them names to try to humanize them
Listen.
for us?
they are people.
Right, and then you're gonna be like, you find logs. It's Abby talking to her beautiful daughter about how much she looks
Project
forward.
Hubris is exactly on track.
No, but you're gonna be like, oh, it's my daughter. I can't wait to go to your recital next week. I'm so glad. We
You know,
just have.
This sounds so familiar to, a certain mech warrior machine gunning down women and children.
I didn't make you read their logs afterwards. Spoon is going to make us do that. These are going to be the facility's researchers who were trapped here when an accidental pathogen or some shit got let out. And then we're going to go read their logs, and he's going to be like, you feel really bad for killing all of them, right? I don't, and I don't want to know their names. Don't try to make me. When they hand you the cards at the restaurant that tell you the name of the animal that was killed to make your steak, I relish in it, knowing that its life force has become part of mine, and we've re-entered the great cycle of life.
Cipher just went vegan.
So turn 1 pass 2, Cipher. I think you have only 1 pass in meat space initiative, right?
I am going to continually jam into that door saying open, 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 open for the next 90 seconds or whatever it is.
So turn 1 pass 2, Blitz. Oh, by the way, no, that happens at the end of the turn.
Okay. Can I fire on the one attacking Decay without hitting Decay?
You sure can.
Okay,
you will take a penalty for firing into melee, though. I'm going to give you a -2.
Okay. I'm gonna aim.
Also, don't critically glitch. Just throwing that out there.
It's okay. I got another born edge. I'm gonna aim, and that's gonna be 6 bullets.
Okay. So add a +1. So it'll be a net -1 because your aiming cancels out one of the negatives.
Okay, and the aim. I thought aiming was +2. It's -2.
No, it's just aiming is +1. Shooting into melee is a -2. So your
So it's
+1
just
-2 is -1.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
For those that are just
Yes.
listening to this, Savannah threw double middle fingers up toward her husband and then rotated them back and forth?
Uh,
Oh, is that 0 defense dice versus 7 hit dice? Spoon?
Yeah,
Is that
sure
what just
is.
happened? Okay.
So this guy Gerald gets absolutely mulched by this shotgun at short range. Yet again, another blast of extremely loud gunfire.
Now, Spoon, I want to add a little taste here, if you don't mind, a little
Sure.
flavoring.
Yeah,
a
go
little
ahead.
umami from the soy sauce.
Oh.
So,
I'm all ears.
because Decay is emitting ultraviolet ultrasonic waves, he knows what everyone behind him is doing. So he knows Blitz is about to shoot the guy he's engaging. So he does a shoulder dip so that Blitz has, like good sightline on it, and then jams his shoulder up against the guy so he can't dodge or move in any way. He's like pinning him against the wall without looking behind him, just so Blitz gets that shot. But then he's going, "Ah, fuck, I can't hear anything." There you go, Gerald. Fuck you, Gerald.
Can't wait to read your log, Gerald.
Yeah, I want to say, by the way, Dunamis, just in case you think being vegan is somehow being pain-free, grass can feel pain and will cry to other strands of grass when they've been stepped on or injured.
Luckily, I'm only pacifist level 1.
Okay. So these guys need some neat initiatives now.
My favorite part about combat in this system is how I don't participate.
Sniff, turn 1, pass 2. The stairway in front of you guys is currently empty, but you do hear the sounds of more ghouls below.
I mean, Sniff more than anybody knows that there are 4 more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they are definitely there. This one is still. Wait, no, that Gerald is done, right?
Yeah, Gerald and Abby are
Gerald is
dead.
What will Sniff do? Look behind him, check on Cipher, see him panicking and whimpering. And what can I do in this moment to prep? Can you set up a wait until somebody pops around the corner and shoot a save your action or something in the
Yeah, you can basically kind of hold your action, and then if you want to interrupt, you can act basically almost simultaneously.
Okay.
But if you hold until the end of the round, basically you lose that action.
Okay. I will do that until or unless somebody pops in, and then I will take that shot.
Okay.
When you I guess for my clarification, Future, when you say if you hold to the end of the round and you lose the action, do you mean the end of?
Yeah, I'm sorry, the end of the pass, not the end of the turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, can you stockpile 4 passes at the end like that? That'd be pretty
you
cool.
cannot. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. But you can. Yeah, it's end of the pass, and then you basically at the end of the pass, if anybody's holding, they need to speak up and be like, "Hey, I do this," or you lose that pass. So Gary is going to run up, and he comes tearing ass around the barrister of the stairs and runs up.
So he's farting. He's tearing ass.
Yeah. Runs up to Decay, slashing at him with claws. That's 3 success. Go ahead and give me a defense roll, Decay.
Donkey Kong. I got 4.
Okay, yeah. So you are able to deftly avoid his strikes.
Making it look easy.
Shadow boxer.
So another ghoul comes running up the stairs. You see he doesn't want to get stuck behind Gary. So he is going to take a second and with one success, he starts to like climb the wall. His like hardened claws scratching into the wall, so he climbs up above Gary, but that's all he can do with one success.
Is a critical fail half or more than half?
It is more than half.
Shucks.
Yep. Yeah, so he does not glitch with 3 1s out of a dice pool of 6.
Would have been really great if Gary just disappeared.
And then you see, well, you don't see, but you hear 2 more, the footfalls of 2 more ghouls running up the steps towards you. So then we are turn 1 past 3.
Can I take my shot?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. And boop. All right.
Which one are you shooting at?
Well, the first one that appeared. So the one that's
Okay.
taking a swing at
So
Decay.
that would be Gary. Okay, so you have 3 net hits.
3 for 3.
Which does 9 damage. She soaks 4 of it off of his body. Yeah, so the bullet hits him and like kind of jerks one side of him back, and he takes 5 points of damage.
Still up though.
Yep, he is still up.
The streak is dead.
Thus ends the
That's true.
streak that
Yeah,
crossed
that's-
between 2 different shows.
So now we are turn 1 past 3. Decay.
DK. Donkey
Yes.
Kong. I actually have somebody standing in front of me finally.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
I'm
just
going
got
to-
shot.
Yeah, well, I'm going to punch him really hard.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
We'll see how hard. It's finally time for me to actually roll for my killing hands. So, I
Big
can't
moment.
wait to critically glitch here. Oh,
I half expected DK to be like, these fools can't hit me. I flip them off and I continue to dodge.
I do that dance style where it's like, do this with your arms while like, just like that windmilling. Ali Beardsley did it on Survivor, Game Changer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. DK just does that. Let's see. I get +2 dice if I am throwing an unarmed attack as a boxer. I think. I've already included that in my... So I need to make a unarmed combat roll, I think, to start with. And then I roll the damage
Well, so
separately.
No. So you roll your attack. Your net hits add to your damage.
Okay.
Your damage will be for unarmed combat. I believe it is strength divided by 2.
So that's 3 net hits.
Oh, that's 3 successes. He still gets a defense roll against it.
Yes, of course. He did activate Sonic, so no armor.
No armor. Okay.
Yep. It does mean that I have to hit willpower.
So you have 2 net hits.
Okay.
So it will be...
So it's 4, and then I get +2 for boxing,
And then +2 from your net hits.
+2 from critical strike.
Okay. So
So that's 4 + 6 is 10.
10.
Directly to willpower.
Okay. Oh, right, because it's your sonic strike.
Is stunning damage. You can't control it.
But he still gets a body roll to
Okay.
soak it.
Sure.
So he soaks 3 of the 10, so he takes 7 stun damage. Okay. And
He's still
So-
up after being shot and
yes, he is at some fairly significant wound penalties now, though.
Cipher has the smallest smile. That DK does stun damage, not physical damage.
this one time.
Turn 1 past 3 Blitz.
Blitz is gonna open fire on the spider ghoul.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 6 bullets. And I'm gonna aim.
I feel like someone full autoing the climbing guy from Left 4 Dead, to
Yeah.
force him to fall automatically.
So this will be a +1 for your aim because this one's not in close combat.
Okay, and I don't do the plus on the modifier option. Like I don't write the plus in, or I do write the plus in.
Do not write the plus in. Just put a 1 in there.
Ooh, not so hot this time. It's a 3.
Mhm. 3 successes.
It's a hit.
It is a hit because I get an. So you have 3 net hits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's narrow burst for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 15 damage to resist. So that's 11. So you blast him. You're not really sure how he's still clinging to that wall, with like most of his guts sprayed down over it. But he is still alive.
Okay.
Unalive.
So now we are turn 1, pass 3, Sniff.
Right. Sniff is absolutely horrified by the spider one with its guts hanging out and feels like Decay probably has the one in front of him under control, and takes the shot at the gut filter one there.
Okay.
And no, I won't do that in this one. Got one success.
So he is at a pretty significant, yeah, no successes.
All
'Cause
right.
I don't think I even rolled any dice because of my wound penalties. So that's and it doesn't matter what his. Well, let's roll his. Yeah, he soaks 1, and you blast him off of the wall, and he falls down on
Where
top
does
of the.
where does he land?
Red
This could be
slums.
important.
He lands kind of on the like where where that flat part where the stairs turn to go back down. He lands down there.
AP's 300 references becoming a reality.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's getting real messy in this hallway.
All you have to do is add like a screaming little boy at the back saying, "Please open!"
All Sniff hears is a ringing in his ears.
So Gary is going to attack.
Not Gary.
When you say Gary, all I think of is SpongeBob's little friend there. Gotta pick another name.
That is 3 successes.
This is me needing a dodge again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And this is the second time I'm dodging in this pass. Does that make a difference?
No, this is this would. No, this is a new pass because he only.
All
Oh,
right.
actually, no. I'm sorry. This is They don't have third passes, so he does not attack you for 3.
He goes to attack me, and I just go, ah, ah, ah. I hit him with a Game & Watch.
So another, I guess, mechanics question. If this is still technically turn 1,
Correct.
other guys can wake up in the middle of the first pass of turn 1 and join turn 1 in the middle of it.
They were woken up beforehand.
Okay.
Like
They
you guys
screamed before
got
coming
some
up the
prep
stairs.
actions. Yeah.
Gotcha,
And
okay.
I got some prep actions.
Mm-hmm.
The ghouls tap the others on the shoulder. Hey, let's go. Meat's back on
So
the menu,
now
boys.
we are past 4. DK, do you have a pass 4?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm fast, but I'm not that fast.
So I think the only people with pass 4s are Blitz and Sniff.
Damn, what a difference from last time.
Mm-hmm.
Sniff with the bump up.
It's fun. To
So
move
Blitz, turn 1, pass 4.
Okay. And there's only one other ghoul in this.
Yeah, there's only one visible.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at that one.
Okay.
It's gonna be an arrow burst with 6 more bullets. I'm gonna aim. That's 5.
Is no success, and that is a critical glitch. So go ahead. So it'd be 17. Okay. Yeah, you absolutely destroy Gary.
Mhm.
Okay. And now we are at the end of the turn. Anyone who does not have hearing protection or cybernetic dampers in their ears, you are deaf for the time being.
Not great.
I
Sorry,
realized
boys, just doing my job.
all the
What?
stuff you said would be good to add, I realized was all like on glasses. I don't think I added shit for earring.
Yeah.
I've got a spatial recognizer, but that's not helping me.
Unless my earbuds have really, really, really good noise cancellation.
Really,
There is a thing called select sound filter, which means that like when you can record a sound and then your like whatever device you're using to hear it will just cut that out. So like the sound of Blitz's shotgun firing.
Yeah, I was gonna say after this mission, Cypher's gonna, oh, Blitz, can you just shoot your gun into the air? And I'm just like holding a mic. Great.
So we will go ahead and re-roll initiative here.
Yeah.
I just want to say it would be incredible to filter out the sound of a specific automatic shotgun and then you get shot with it and your whole team doesn't know what's happening. They just see you fall over dead.
Right. Turn 2, pass 1, sniff.
I hold.
Okay. Turn 2, pass 1, decay.
I still have a guy in front of me. I don't
You
see a
have
guy in the combat map.
Yeah,
but-
no, you have what? 4 corpses in front of you.
Okay.
And you can hear that there are 2 more that basically down around the next flight of stairs court.
There is a ready to action or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll do that.
Okay. Blitz, turn 2, pass 1.
And I can't see anything with like my thermographic vision.
No, the basically you see like the hot metahuman blood on the walls and the like the superheated barrel of your shotgun, then the life forms of your teammates around you, and the swiftly cooling bodies of 4 ghouls in front of you.
Okay, she's gonna change her song to Good Vibrations and get ready for another ghoul to come up the stairs.
Okay. Cipher, turn 1, pass 1.
Can I check in with Bug? Make sure nothing's going on upstairs.
Sure. Yeah. You check your comm link. His scanners are still clear.
Can I see if he can come open the door from the other side as a tiny bee-sized drone?
Yeah, he would not have the mass to be able to like turn the handle.
That's too bad. I don't know. I guess I would take out. Would I really take out my gun? I don't think so. I think I would just continue to try to open the door for another 10 minutes. I'm in full panic. There's gunshots. I'm deaf. Door isn't opening, and there are ghouls behind me. I feel like I'm in full panic.
Sure. Okay. So turn 1, pass 1. Dominic the Ghoul comes sprinting around the corner and runs at Decay. He's going to go ahead and swing with his claws, and then you all can take your held actions. That is 1 success on the.
Well.
Okay, that is enough. You are
I
able
actually
to.
haven't been adding my boxing dice to this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I get another 2 dice.
1 success is enough though. Yeah, you are able to block his swing.
I feel like
You yell
this
at-
one is I actually have to physically block it this time.
You actually like raise an arm and catch his like forearm.
because it's Dominic, you say something about family while deflecting.
So I believe Blitz, Decay, and Sniff all had held actions. Do you guys want to take those now, or
I'm gonna let the rest of the crew take their shots before I throw hands.
okay?
I would like to take my action first and reload. Because I forgot to do that.
How dare you deprive me of you going? All right, I make an odd fire full auto, and I go. No, you don't. Your gun goes click, 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 click.
Well, I have 4 bullets left, but
Are you smart linked to that shotgun?
Mhm.
Then come on, Spoon. Blitz knows the ammo counter.
Yeah, I know.
You can't do this to her. All right, Sniff.
Yeah.
Take your shot.
Oh man, I'm tempted to throw the stun bolt at this one, so I guess we'll throw that out there. I haven't used it yet.
Let's combine our willpower attacks.
Yeah.
If this was Suikoden, this is our X cross.
This is X cross. I hit the button. Where'd it go? Okay. All right. This is at a -2 because I'm sustaining my reflexes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff.
We'll do it at a full force though. So two hits.
2 hits.
No drain.
So because that's a mana spell, I don't think I get like a defense. I just have to soak it with
Yeah, you get to resist with willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, their willpower's not terrible.
You've got nothing, ghoul.
He gets 2 hits on his willpower.
Got something, ghoul.
So let's see. Where is Stunbolt? So is it Stunbolt is damage.
Increases damage by 1 per net hit. And it's just stun
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, and so it would just do 2. Well, what was your
Force 5.
force 5? Okay, so he still takes some stun damage.
Okay.
So he takes 5. Because he cancels out your net hits with his willpower resistance, so he just takes 5 stun. And like none of you see anything because this happens in the astral realm, but you see him like stumble back as if like a wave of exhaustion has hit him. Okay.
Okay.
Then
I'm gonna punch him.
okay.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That sounds correct. All of my bonuses 3.
3. Okay. He is going to make a defense test at some negatives because he's been targeted. So you get 2 net hits.
Okay, and then I have +6 EV.
Okay. And you're still doing stun here?
Yes.
Okay. So that
I
is
can't not do
13.
stun.
He just gets a straight up body roll. No successes. All right, so that is 10 stun.
Yeah, 4 + 6, yes.
So you like, what does it look like when you knock this dude out?
I mean, just straight up, like I think he's like dodging around and like preparing to counter whatever I do, and then I just, because I'm ambidextrous, I fake like I'm going for a right jab. Left hand slips down when he can't see it, and just straight up uppercut champion knocks him out.
Nice.
Feet
All
leave
right.
the floor.
Yeah, fully lift him up off the ground.
He goes
In the
all the way-
process, absolutely shattering his jaw with my sonic powers.
For sure.
He goes down the entire flight of stairs without touching the floor.
He is replaced by another ghoul who comes charging around the corner. She is going to swing with some claws. So this will be at a -1 because this is the second attack that you've suffered here. for your defense test, you're at a -1.
DK, DK.
Two.
Ooh.
Okay. Again, you are able to block the claws as they come slashing in.
That it almost hits one of my new mittens, and I get my hands up just enough that the claws rake below the mittens area, right off of the urban jumpsuit.
So turn to pass to Sniff.
Think, yeah, Sniff will go back to bark for this one, and the cylinder clicks over two slots to his last shot, and it will be on the explosive round that he's got in there.
All right. Okay.
So he's got the smart attachment that lets him like select the ammo or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great one for revolvers. It's like the ammo skip system.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
I love that.
Clicks on over the explosive round, slot it in, take the shot. We go. 3 successes.
3 attempts to dodge. So 2 net. So that is 8.
Explosive adds +1
Oh,
damage.
right. Yes. So that is 9. And I believe it also adds an AP as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow. That was a good roll. Okay. So you see like your explosive bullet hits her and but penetrates too swiftly as it like explodes basically kind of out the back of her, but like hits her like in the shoulder and glances off. And you see it shoot its like copper jacket into the wall instead of, hitting her.
Brutal.
But she does still take some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Turn to pass to Decay.
Punch, kick, it's all in the mind. You know what? If I had a baseball bat, I'd be turning, or baseball cap, I'd be turning around. I'm gonna spend an edge here on this.
Okay.
On this attack.
Jesus Christ!
Did he just go Super Saiyan?
Yeah, I got so many.
Yes.
I have
Oh my
14
God.
successes.
That's insane.
DK just winds up southpaw, left hand. Somebody comes running up the stairs, and he's like, "No."
That is 9 sixes.
That's wild.
Okay. Well, I will attempt to defend.
It's so funny because this person and whoever else I stunned aren't technically dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna need someone to mercy kill them.
So that is 13 net hits.
Okay. And then I get +2. So 13 + 4, then +2 is an enormous amount.
So 21. Hang on 1 second. So that is
Straight to the fucking moon, except the moon is the
10,
bottom of the
8.
staircase.
Okay. So you punch the school like straight up in the chest. And you hear like the crack of their ribs breaking, and they slam back into the wall, and like you see like blood trailing from their like nose and eyes and ears as they take 8 points of physical damage, because once your stun track is full, you overflow into your physical damage at a rate of 2 stun to 1 physical.
Wow, incredible.
So you very nearly killed this the school with your stun damage.
Don't worry. I don't want any kill assist on that one. I'll finish it. Just give me a minute.
Okay. So we are out of initiative.
That genuinely feels like an edge. Well worth it.
Yes.
That was wild.
Okay. We're close to turn order here. All right, we are out of initiative, but I think this is probably a good place to end this recording.
Final scene. DK turns to Blitz. He takes his faceplate off. He looks just slightly concerned as he hands her incredibly bloody mittens covered in ghoul guts, including the left-hand mitten that just went through a man. And he says, I'm really sorry about that. I don't
I
think they're going to be usable.
imagine like the left hand mitten, like the punching area of it is just blown out.
Yeah. Sorry, it was pretty warm while it lasted. I just hand this soggy, bloody mittens to her. Then I pull my combat knife out of my belt sheath and I stab the two guys who are down. And that is my last scene. Hey, Dunamis, you have our shadow fact question for the next time we meet, right? You got it? You spent the whole session thinking about it and you didn't put it off?
I wrote it down a while ago. Yes, got it.
Okay,
And
cool,
actually,
cool.
you know, Blitz helped me think of this without knowing it.
Cool.
If your character had a theme song whenever they entered a room, what would it be?
I already know mine. It was going to be one of my shadow facts in the future, so.
Okay, well, great minds.
Classic.
Any final thoughts that we have here before we wrap up? Any karma awards, Game Master, anything like that?
We'll go 2 karma.
Nice, I didn't do shit.
You panicked.
You know,
That's something.
it's easier to go through plywood walls than it is through a metal door, just for future reference.
You're saying to the hacker? he's still looking for the keypad.
I'm just saying. All right, audience at home, that's going to be it for us. We'll see you when we see you.